Alas, there comes a time when man will no longer launch the arrow of his longing beyond man, and the string of his bow will have unleashed to whiz. I tell you, one must still have chaos in oneself, to give birth to a dancing star. I tell you, you shall still chaos in yourselves. Alas, there comes a time when man will no longer give birth to any star. Alas, there comes a time of the most despicable man who can no longer despise himself. Lo, I show you the last man. What is love? What is creation? What is longing? What is the star? So as the last man who blinks. The earth has become small, and on it hops the last man who makes everything small. His species is irreparable as a flea, and the last man lives longest. We have discovered happiness, say the last man, and they blink. They have left the regions where it is hard to live, for they need warmth. One still loves one neighbors and rubs against them, for needs warmth. Turning ill and being distrustful, they consider sinful, they walk warily. He is a fool who still stumbles over stones and men. A little poison now and then, that makes for pleasant dreams, and much poison at the end of a pleasant death. One still works, for work is a pastime, but one is careful lest the pastime should hurt one. One no longer becomes poor or rich, both are too burdensome. Who still wants to rule? Who still wants to obey? Both are too burdensome. No shepherd in one herd. Everyone wants the same. Everyone is the same. He who feels differently goes voluntarily into the madhouse. Formerly all the world was insane, says the selfless to them, and they blink. They are clever and know all that has happened, so there is no end to their derision. People still quarrel, but are soon reconciled. Otherwise it upsets their stomachs. They have little pleasures for the day, and their little pleasures for the night, but they have regard for health. We have discovered happiness, say the last man, and they blink. And here ended the first discourse of Zarathustra, who was called the prologue. For at this point, the shouting and mirth of the multitude interrupted him. Give us the last man, O Zarathustra, they called out. Make us into these last men. Then we will make you a gift of the overman. And all the people exulted and smacked their lips. Zarathustra, however, turned sad and said to his heart, they do not understand me. I am not the mouth for these ears. Perhaps I have lived too long in the mountains. I have hearkened too much for the brooks and trees. Now I speak to them, to these goat herds. My soul is calm and clear like the mountains in the morning. But they blink, but they think I am cold, and they mock her with terrible jest. Now they look at me and laugh. And while they laugh, they hate me too. Their ice is their laughter.
Yeah!
All right, thank you, Chris. Next up, we have knowledge.
Yeah!
Knowledge is very dressed up tonight.
I attended the debate.
Very dapper.
Yes. No one else did.
At the podium.
Did you see the podium in the debate?
Yes, I did. They used it quite lovely, actually.
All right.
Knowledge. King's new officer when Lord's enemy denounce God's good. I want to do this first off. Just give you a little information about myself. I am an entrepreneur. I'm starting small businesses based on terrible puns. So Alfred Frank kind of reminded me of something I thought of earlier. So I want to start my new business, which is called Insomniac Tires. Okay. And my theme is going to be I am so tired. Get it? Everybody got it.
Where were you born?
No, we're not doing that.
I think he's covered. He's covered every continent.
Yes.
That was
Yes.
cool.
Yes. All right. First one I have is called Solitaire. Divinity divided individuality implied I was we, but reminded I am me. That's all I ever been and all I ever can be. I restate this sentiment to encourage self and boost self-esteem to its highest degree. I whisper to myself sweet nothings. It sounds like this. Because one, it's a whisper, and two, it's to myself, and three, it's nothings. But wait, isn't whisper just thoughts? Once again, it's something you will never hear. Individuality implied because you do not see the individuals that inhabits me. Past, present, future. Poet sways the way of thinking as I write. Artist paints portrait of Hitler and Mona Lisa. Musician plays rhythmic drum patterns, causing my head to bob and foot to tap. Conference call with myself. Solitude. I was thinking about my actual poet name today, so I decided to write a poem based on my name. It's called Knowledge. Knowledge is power. I learned to gain strength and feed on knowledge. I use words as weapons and slay my enemies who denounce God's elite. In my work, I use the word kill to describe the action of defeating my foes mentally. My tongue is the sword, my ears are the shield. Spit flames and decipher bullshit. My ultimate goal is to defeat evil on all fronts. Knowledge over ignorance. Ignorance is a benign genetic condition brought out by cultural and parental abuse. I am here to eradicate and radiate this cancer. I am the chemotherapy chemical lyrical running through hollow veins. I stand for increasing knowledge, standing against injustice of mental mankind, those leading flocks astray, sheep fleece covered wolves with deceit bleached teeth, unsheath their swords but are cut down before their blades can see the light of day, empowered devourer of the learned state of mind, refract bullshit, turn it into fertilizer. People need a leader. Follow the footprints on print and digest knowledge. You don't meet their needs. They won't succeed. I've been elected officer of high status by the Lord himself when the king's enemy denounced God's elite. Knowledge.
Thank you, Knowledge. Next up, we have Andy Macklin.
Have I ever told you of my vacation? You know that trip that I made years ago to that place made popular in magazines? The rich have homes there. That star you know, I now have a photo with. See, it's like we're friends now. This stable moment records it. Forever, we are friends.
Which end are we friends with?
Oh, who are you? It's vacation Halloween. And the tall trees were greener than here. Imagine the cobalt-winged angels lofting above, the sweet kiss of soul enveloped me whole. Beaches, sand sniggles the toes. A place you will never go. My vacation I never went on.